Hey everybody, this is Sean from Rype. We're super excited to be here with you guys here today. We're going to be showing you in this video how Rype works and a little bit about our story, how we're different from perhaps some of the other alternatives that you may be looking at, and ultimately break down what you're going to be getting once you become an official member of Rype. So maybe this is something where you've heard about us through a friend, or you've watched one of our training videos, or this is your first time hearing about us, maybe through a Facebook ad or a different part of medium out there. So we're going to be explaining everything that you're going to be getting in this short little video. So stay tuned, and at the end, we're going to be also addressing some of the common questions that we get. So the foundation of why we started Rype and the problem that we're trying to solve really comes down to three pillars of the common issues that we see almost every day. We speak to thousands of students and we are adamant about asking them why they quit learning a language in the first place. A lot of people, perhaps you have learned Spanish or French or any of these languages when you were in high school or when you were in college. And I mean, let's face it, these curriculums where it's extremely outdated, none of us actually remember or can recollect a lot of the information that we've gathered. So this video, it really is going to show you why this is happening and the reverse engineering process that we took at Rype to design an experience where we're actually carving out the core issues that are essentially wrong with the way we're learning languages today and really the way we're learning anything. So the three core pillars of and the problems that we saw in the market were that people didn't have enough time to learn. So once they started getting going, it wasn't enough motivation. They weren't able to sustain, especially with the busy lives that we lead. The prices were way too above, so they weren't able to afford it in the end. And ultimately, they didn't know how to get started. They didn't have the right resources. Maybe they didn't have the right teachers. So all of these, the combination of these three factors are usually the reason why people never get started learning a language, or why people aren't able to sustain the language learning process and succeed ultimately. So what we have done here at Rype, which is why we're super excited to be presenting you this, is we've actually solved three of those pillars. We took a look at the problems and we've surveyed hundreds of students and we said, these are the three core issues of why people aren't learning a language in the most long-term sustainable way. And we decided that, okay, we're going to reverse engineer this problem and we're going to be solving for this. So what we have done here at Rype is we've done three core things among many other features that we present. So what we have done is we handpicked the most qualified professional language teachers online around the world, so that you don't have to take the time or the effort, and we've done all the hard work up front for you so that you don't have to. Second thing we've done is we've designed an experience that allows you to learn on the go and doesn't take up a lot of your time. Our lessons are as short as 30 minutes long, so anyone can fit it into their schedule. And the best part is you can schedule lessons 24/7 around the clock, anywhere you are around the world. So we have people that are, CEOs, we have people that are busy entrepreneurs and busy professionals that are working 60 to 80-hour weeks while still being able to learn a language because of the solutions that we have brought, because there's no commuting, there's no wasting time whatsoever. People can just jump right into the lesson and get started. And then most importantly, we're able to offer this entire experience at a fair price. And we're going to dig deeper into why we're able to do this. So what we are going to be providing you once you become a member are broken down into these simple factors. So we believe that daily immersion is the best way to learn just about anything. I think the common way of most people trying to get in shape is that they spend one day because of New Year's resolutions, or they're super motivated and they decide that they're going to be working out for 6 hours in a span of a couple of days. And most people binge learn or binge workout, and that is generally proven not to work. And this applies to just about everything in your life, right? Everything is about momentum and immersing yourself on a consistent basis. And that's the reason why we have designed Rype to offer a simple membership where you can take lessons every single day in bite chunks so that it's daily immersive and your brain is able to retain more information this way. So what you're going to be getting as a member is you're going to be getting daily private lessons with hand-picked professional teachers that we've curated for you. Second thing you're going to be getting is a personalized language program. And this is really what fundamentally differentiates us from other programs or other language schools that are out there. And the issue with language schools, as we'll discuss further, is the fact that it's a one-size-fits-all curriculum. And mainly this is because there's only one teacher supporting 8 or 20 other students. They have to have a more general process of teaching. So what we have done is we've personalized the whole process for you, so we learn about your needs, we learn about your goals, and ultimately what your proficiency level is currently and what your goals are, and then we customize a language program based on those needs. And this is what's going to allow you to learn much faster because you have that one-on-one private and personalized experience versus a more general curriculum that is expected for that everybody has to go through. Third thing is you're going to be getting a fully built out language platform. All of it has been designed to save you time so that it has the ability to book lessons on the go. It has the ability to schedule lessons on the same day. You have the ability to check time zones. All of that stuff we've thought out so that you don't have to, and all of that is going to be included within the membership that you have. And then the fourth thing is an exclusive language community. I can't emphasize how important this is because a lot of the process of learning or achieving is accountability. It's about getting around other people that can help you out, that you can interact with, and that you can learn from ultimately. And the experience that we have designed is that we're going to give you this community of other language learners, of people around the world. Some of these guys are top level CEOs. Some of these are entrepreneurs. Some of these are, just regular, stay-at-home moms. So we have people from all around the world in all different occupations, and these are the people you can connect with once you become a member of Rype. The reason why we're doing this is because we're so confident about the solution that we have curated, because the reason why we started Rype came from the problems that we personally had. We were busy professionals that were trying to learn a language, and we wanted a solution that fits to our lifestyle, that fits to our busy schedule, and that fits to the learning needs that we thought the world deserves, especially with the process of learning online. So if you compare us to really any other solution out there, we're talking about language schools, we're talking about different language programs that are out there, there is really nothing that compares. And you can see here that immediately, right off the bat, we offer a free trial because we want you to experience how Rype works for yourself. There's no tuition setup fee, and what's really key is the payment model. So instead of charging you per lesson, or similar to a drop-in gym where you have to pay every single time you go, or you have to pay a big upfront fee for a language program like at a language school, you know what we said? We said, you know what, let's charge people a simple monthly fee. People are already used to paying something like a Netflix or Spotify, and where it's super simple and seamless. There's no hidden fees. And we thought, why don't we just charge people a flat monthly fee where they can take lessons every single day? There's no confusion about how often people should be booking when it's just a simple flat monthly fee. And this is really the way we've disrupted the model in the language learning industry. So what that comes down to is the cost per lesson becomes significantly low, which we'll describe, and you are able to book daily lessons. And what's really key is the way we curated teachers is via a live one-on-one interview. And there's no other website that's out there that's doing this, that's able to curate teachers via a live one-on-one interview process. So this is the reason why we are able to provide you this curated list of teachers so that you don't have to do all this work. And then last but not least, the lessons that we have, the time to learn versus other programs is significantly lower because there's no commuting. All the lessons are taken up online. You can take it anywhere in the world, and there's bite-sized lessons as little as 30 minutes that allows you to learn really on the go, right? So whether you're cooking breakfast or whether you are waiting for the laundry to finish, these are all little small tidbits where everybody can fit in 30 minutes just to learn. So this is the reason why we're really excited about having you try us out. And the other frustration of us creating Rype was really the frustration of us personally having to go to language schools online, having to pay these enormous fees where really you're getting that same experience. I mean, imagine paying $85 an hour for taking private lessons with a teacher when we have solutions out there that are providing that for a fraction of the cost for the same, if not more value. And that's really the beauty of the internet. And I want to get deeper into the importance of this is the way most of us have been learning languages or learning in general have actually been debunked. You see, the process of actual learning has been studied by this group called the National Training Laboratories. And what they found is that compared to learning through a lecture hall, which we've done our whole lives, actually immersing yourself and actually speaking to a real person and interacting is proven to be about 4.5 to 9 times more effective than the traditional method of learning. And that's because our brain is able to retain more information when we're actually using something and we're actually learning something. And so think about, the process of riding a bicycle versus studying how to actually ride a bicycle itself. So studying the theory versus actually doing can make a remarkable difference, right? So the ultimate value that we are very excited presenting is more value upfront for you while charging you a tenth of the price compared to some of the traditional ways of learning like a language school. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking down the 3 main pillars of the core breakdowns of what really makes Rype special and what makes us different and really the values that we want to be providing you guys. So the first is, of course, fair prices. When you compare us to the price of a language school, it is really the 1/10 of the cost for actually more value that we're presenting to you. And this is really, we try to emphasize this as much as possible because this is what we're really excited to be presenting to you. And a lot of people are asking, how do you guys actually provide 1/10 of the cost of a language school? I mean, what are you guys paying your teachers? And the truth is, we actually pay teachers more than they would be making at a language school or often at the process of teaching the lessons themselves. And the reason why we can do this is, unlike a physical language school, we don't have these huge overhead costs that these guys will carry or any of these administrative costs or the building costs or the insurance costs, because all of the process has been removed by removing the middleman itself. It's similar to how Netflix or Amazon is able to operate at a much lower cost compared to, let's say, Blockbuster or a Barnes and Nobles, is because the process of just maintaining the real estate of a language school would cost so much. And unfortunately, the students are required to pay a premium price just to be able to withstand the operating cost of a language school, which to us really does not make any sense at all. So by removing the middleman, we're actually able to charge you less while giving you much more value. So I want to be presenting this little video for you guys of one of our students, Teo Roxon, who is CEO of UID Media. Really, he's trying to make the world a better place. We're super excited to be presenting a success story of Teo. Basically what he says is, I chose Rype for a specific reason. It just works. They offered everything I needed in a solution, quality teachers that have been handpicked, and bite-sized lessons at a great price. So enjoy this quick little video, guys. Teo actually went on this challenge to learn Spanish in just 6 months. So I think you guys are going to really be enjoying this and hopefully be inspired by it.
Gosh, I'm so nervous. I don't even know. I don't know why I took this challenge. My name is Teo Roxon, and I'm an entrepreneur that lives in New York City. The reason I'm talking to you today is because I've accepted the challenge. I've accepted the challenge. So, I don't know. I guess I'm taking you on a journey. This is one entrepreneur's mission to connect with the world by learning one of the biggest languages in the world. So I'm now getting ready to use Rype. And excuse my messy room. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to be learning French and Spanish. It's happening. I'm going to be learning from natives. Okay, let's go. Ahora puedo decir que estoy aprendiendo esto, no. No.
Hi everybody, we're just two and a half months in. I'm feeling comfortable. I can now carry conversations. This is a lot quicker than I thought I would be, but a lot of it had to do with the dedication that I've been putting in this. Another thing that's helped is the fact that when I told people about my goal in 6 months, they told me that I couldn't do it. So, haters are always my motivators.
Hola a todos, es mi profesora de español en Rype. Okay, so just wanted to say hi. I don't know if I can't say how are you.
Pero tienes que decirlo en español, Tayo.
Español.
Soy muy practicado esto.
I'm trying. I think I'm doing well. I don't know what's happening, but so far I've said more Spanish words than English. And she said I had a good accent.
I want to make sure people understand how to leverage the differences. And ever since I was 10, I knew that I wanted to reach and touch the lives of the next set of global leaders. Me llamo Tayo. Me llamo Tayo.
Hola, soy Tayo y esta es una presentación en español sobre sobre yo y mi familia. Nací en Nigeria y he vivido en 4 continentes.
Tengo is I have. I have.
Tengo un socio de negocios y trabajamos para ayudar a las empresas a moverse hacia nuevos mercados.
So, tengo dos hermanas. Manos, os is masculine, as is plural, is feminine.
Voy a continuar a aprender el idioma de español porque me gusta este idioma y pienso que si continuar. So there you go, 6 months with Rype, it's worked, and I'm really excited about being able to be conversational, but my lesson to you all to make sure that you don't lose this is to continue.
All right, welcome back, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video of Teo. He really rocked it. And ultimately, I wanted to show some other success stories that we've had from similar students that may resonate with you. And really, I'm going to be showing people from different backgrounds, different occupations, just so that I can give you a taste of some of the students that we have had. So Emma House says, I really have noticed incredible results almost immediately in my comfort level speaking. My teachers teach me songs. We were actually able to practice. They actually remember everything about my life, what I do for a living. What a great experience. And Emma is actually a social media manager at a startup company and also a YouTube vlogger for anyone that's out there building their own personal brand. We've got Lawrence Watkins who says, I hear myself getting better from my 30-minute lessons per day with Rype. I love the service and my teachers highly recommend it. And what Lawrence is working on is he's the CEO of GreatBlackSpeakers.com, MBA graduate, which many of you guys may be, and also used to be the business development of NBC Universals. We've got a popular YouTube and travel blogger, Gloria, who says, what I love about Rype lessons is that with my crazy travel schedule, I can choose a time that works for me, and there will always be someone who can accommodate it. And then we've got Ollie Richards, who is actually one of the most popular language bloggers out there, who says, Rype is the go-to solution for anyone looking to learn how to speak a new language on their own time, no matter how busy they are. I recommend it to all of my Academy members. So that's obviously what he's saying. So Ollie is the founder of IWillTeachYouALanguage.com. It's really one of the most popular language blogs out there. And this is what he recommends all of his Language Academy students to use Rype as a way to learn a language in a more interactive and live way. So we've also got Nathan Johnson, who is the founder of the VP Communications of Movuno.org. And what really they're doing is super exciting. And he says, we love Rype. It's absolutely awesome. And it works. I personally think the best way to learn a language is with people. Highly recommended for anyone doing international work or for nonprofit organizations. So the list goes on and go on. And the reason why I wanted to present you all of these different testimonials is to show you that a lot of people ask, is Rype going to work for me? Is this going to work for my occupation? What are some of the other people like that are learning language with Rype? And I want to go to show you that there is all people from all different facets, from business to people that are interested in travel, to people that are just learning a language for fun. And I'm going to show you guys that whatever level you are, Rype works for all levels, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an intermediate, whether you're an advanced member, it works for all ages. We've got kids as little as 5 years old. We've got students that are in their doing their MBA. We've got students that are in university or college or even high school. And then we've also got people that are as old as 65 years old. So these are amazing stories of people that are constantly developing themselves, constantly learning new things so that they can become the best version of themselves. And this is what we're super excited about, because this is really what life's about, right? So a couple of other people that are learning: sales professionals, real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, digital nomads is a huge one, customer service. We've got people in business development because they're constantly interacting with different clients and they want to be able to relate to people from different cultures. And really, ultimately, people that are also relearning a language. I mean, I can speak this for myself. I went to, McGill University in Montreal, where we were taught French, the Quebecois French, of course. And ultimately, I forgot the language in about 3 years because I wasn't using it. I was living in New York and Toronto, and there was no need for French. So ultimately, I just forgot it. And what they say is you either use it or you lose it. But the good news is, for any of you guys that may be relearning a language right now, keep in mind that a lot of the information is stored in your brain already. So the process and the time and the effort that it takes to actually relearn a language is significantly less than trying to learn a language from scratch. So always keep that in mind when you guys are thinking about how much time should I allocate, how much time should I be expecting to relearn a language. It is a lot shorter. So ultimately, what we want to show you guys is Rype works for all levels, all ages, all proficiency levels, because we customize a language program based on your needs once you actually have the chance to try it out. So during your trial lesson is really when your teachers can expect to teach you a little bit about how Rype works and understand by asking questions about what your goals are, what your needs are, what your level is, and that way they can actually customize and personalize the experience for you. So keep that in mind when you are during your trial lessons. And really the most important part I think about Rype is the reason why a lot of people don't learn a language. I mean, how many of you guys have kids or family members or lead a busy life ultimately where it doesn't allow you to spend the time to focus on your hobbies or learn something new, right? So compared to a language school or working with a private in-person teacher in your local city where you have to go and commute and all of that stuff, if you really compare to that, you have to ask yourself, how much is your time worth? Is it worth $10? Is it worth $50? Is it worth $100? And you really want to be able to place a high value on your time, because it's not a commodity, right? It's the most time and energy is the most important commodity that we have, I would argue, because it's a non-renewable resource, right? Money we can win back. We can always earn more money, but time is something where if we lose it, until there's a time machine that's created, we can never have it back. The time that we spend with our families, the time that we can spend on learning, the time we can spend on side projects, and the time that we can spend really developing ourselves into becoming better human beings. It's a non-renewable resource. So ask yourself, how much is your time worth? And I can tell you for sure that the process of finding and interviewing teachers alone when you are trying to go out on your own can take significant time, whether you're going through Craigslist or you're trying to find referrals. You really can't know for sure until they're qualified, until you actually meet them. There's no vetting process because a lot of people claim that they're great teachers or they've got this experience, and ultimately what's even worse is you spend 6 hours before you start trying to find someone, and ultimately if they turn out to be a bad teacher, you have to go through the process again. And trust me, I've been there. The process of commuting is also a big one. On average, what we've surveyed from students is Students take about 35 minutes each way to commute to a language school. A lot of language schools may not be nearby because not everybody lives downtown. A lot of people live in the suburbs. So when you're thinking about 35 minutes one way, 35 minutes the other way, that's about an hour and 10 minutes per each lesson that you have to go through. Creating your own lesson plan is another big one. You know, a lot of teachers may have a basic guideline that they can follow, but they don't really want to go the extra mile to give you the specific lesson plan or the assignments that you need. So going through that process and trying to do it on your own is also going to take a lot of time. Communicating and scheduling lessons is another one. You know, without a platform that has been integrated and seamlessly communicative between you and your teachers, the process of trying to text your teacher or trying to figure out when your next lesson should be, that takes a lot of effort, that takes a lot of mental energy in your time. And ultimately time, right? It takes about 15 minutes because you have to go back and forth and figure out when are you available? Are you available on this day or this day? So that process it can be quite a long time. And then, you know, you also want to add some buffer time of these processes of traffic, being stuck in traffic and commuting. And you never know, sometimes these processes might take a little bit more time than you think. So all of that said, guys, up front, what your time investment alone, if you want to go and work with a teacher in person versus online or even going to a language school, is 6 hours up front, more or less, and 3 hours per each lesson. So let's break it down, right? Per month on a 30-day basis, let's say you're taking 3 lessons a week conservatively, right? Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whichever works for you. Think about that, 3 lessons a week. You're going to be saving 42 hours on Rype versus going to a language school versus trying to learn in person. If you take 5 lessons a week, you're going to be saving 66 hours by using Rype, which is 3 days. And then for those of you guys that are intensely learning, trying to take lessons every single day, which a lot of our students do, that's 90 hours that you can save using Rype, which is 4 whole days, guys. That's full days. This isn't 12-hour days and 12 hours of sleeping. So when you think about the amount of work you can do, that's actually double, right? Because we sleep probably 8-9 hours or so. And then you try to multiply that into 6 months, 12 months, which is, you know, a lot of the time that people use to learn a language. I mean, that could be a complete month that you are wasting, or that you can decide to save by using a more efficient way of learning, which is the power of technology. So think about what you can do with an extra 3 to 4 days per month, right? 3 to 4 days a month. Some of you guys may be spending quality time with friends and family. This is something that I would love to do. Just pick up a new hobby. Maybe you want to learn how to swim. Maybe you want to learn how to play the guitar, or you know, maybe you want to read an extra book per month, or even learn another language or another skill, right? There's always more things to do. There's always more things to do. In fact, there's probably not enough time to do all the things that we want to do. There are a lot of people that are, you know, that I'm speaking to right now. A lot of you guys have big visions of what you want to do, whether you want to improve and achieve goals. Maybe you want to build a business. Maybe you want to continue to figure out how you can become the best version of yourself. Whatever that might be for you, time is always going to be a factor. So think about that when you're thinking about how much time can I save versus you know, what the end process is, because this is something that people rarely talk about, which is time, that it's a non-renewable resource and how you can win that back. And it's something that should be a decision factor that you should make, because time is what's going to allow us to achieve more at a faster pace and at an accelerated rate. So that's what is really the foundational core of what we believe here at Rype, is we want to build this process for busy people. No matter how busy you are, we want to be able to save you time and win back time so that you can go and do more in your life. Whether you want to learn another language, maybe you want to be able to build another business, whatever your dreams are, you can do it with the time that you have. And then ultimately, the thing that as we mentioned, we're super proud about is the process of how we actually hand select and curate the best teachers around the world. And as I mentioned, the way we do that is through a rigorous training and application process, which includes a very competitive first application, and then we do a live one-on-one video interview, we have a 60-day trial process of how we actually evaluate the teachers once they start, and then all the teachers are required to maintain a 4.5 rating or higher out of 5. Just to summarize, guys, what you're going to be getting here is daily private lessons at a fraction of the rate. And this, if you want to go out into the market or if you want to go to a language school, what this is going to be costing you is about $9,000 a year, which is insane to me. But that's the value that you're going to be getting once you join Rype. Second thing that you're going to be getting is a personalized language learning program. And what that would get, if you want a teacher to customize that for you and create that from scratch, that's probably going to cost you $1,500 a year, right? But think about all the books that you have to get. Think about the time that you have to pay your teachers or whoever else is going to be teaching your language to create these lesson plans for you, to be able to do all of this upfront work for you. It's a lot of time, right? A fully built out language program. And this isn't just going to give you a value of $500, but this is going to give you back time, right? The process of being able to book lessons on the spot, book multiple lessons at one time, book days on the same day so that you don't have to, cloggle up all of these availabilities on your schedule. You can just book lessons, take a lesson, 30 minutes, boom, you're good, get to the next thing that you want to do or accomplish in your life. Fourth thing is an exclusive language community, and really that's prices. We don't even want to put a value on something like that because what you'll be getting for that is just support and lifelong relationships. And the value of that, now counting the prices part, is about $10,995. This isn't a number that I'm just making up, guys. This is numbers. If you want to go on and take lessons every single day with a private language teacher for a whole year, that's going to cost you about $10,000 a year, if not more. I guarantee you that, right? We talked about how we showed you that slide where it's about $85 an hour for working with a private teacher at some of these top branded language schools. That's how much it's actually going to cost you. So obviously we're not going to be charging you $11,000 for joining today. That's ridiculous. The whole intention, the value, and the purpose and the vision that we have for building Rype is so that people can learn languages on a mass scale, because we think learning a language is one of the most important things we can do to break down the barriers of the main issues that we have in society and the cultures in the world that we have. So by charging you $11,000, it would be ridiculous, even though this is not an insane valuation of what the value that you're going to be getting is. So with all of that said, the value that we want to be giving you is $11,000, but a fraction of the cost. It's about 1% of the cost that you'll be paying for the same thing. Exactly the same thing. It's $95 for $11,000 worth of value. Last but not least, guys, we're going to show you exactly how Rype works, what you're going to be getting, and how that process is going to be, and really break it down. Obviously, it's not as it's not as simple, but it is this 3-step process where really the first process is pick a membership plan from any of the membership plans or the languages that we have. Second thing, you're going to be getting access to the booking platform. You're going to be able to see all the teachers, see when they're available. You book a lesson, it's probably 2 or 3 clicks that you're going to be doing, and then boom, you're going to be connecting with your private teacher that's going to be able to start customizing a lesson plan for you, asking you questions, and really getting a feel for what your goals are and how we can help you reach your goals. So that's ultimately that simple, guys. And just to give you guys some reassurance, we've surveyed 500 people, probably more at this point by the time you guys are watching this video. On an average rating, we've got a 4.7 out of 5 rating. So again, last but not least, guys, these are all the summaries of what you're going to be getting today. All of it, $11,000 value for just $95. So what you're going to want to do here as the next step is click this button below, or if you guys are watching from one of our other pages, scroll down below, and you're going to be able to see the plans page or the process of getting started. So that's all you have to do. As we mentioned, you're going to be getting all of this when you get started today. Hope this video, guys, was really helpful for understanding how Rype works, why we're different, and ultimately the vision that we have for why we created Rype in the first place is to help you guys to be able to learn any language faster so that we can help bridge these gaps, a lot of these communication barriers in the world. And the way we're doing that is allowing you to learn any language faster with the best teachers around the world at a fraction of the cost while saving you more time so that you can go out there and do more in the world. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to email help@rypeapp.com. And if you want to reach me personally, I'm here. If you want to reach me personally and ask me any questions that you have, it's Sean, that's SEAN @rype.com, rypeapp.com, sorry. And I will get back to you guys as soon as possible, or you can email some people from our customer service team and they can get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you guys so much for the video. Click down in the buttons below or scroll down so that you guys can figure out how to get started. And I can't wait to see you guys inside. Thanks so much.